Hello students, welcome you back for the next topic on correlative coding. The second one we are going to talk about is the modified duobinary signaling. Before going for the modified section of duobinary signaling, we should know what are the drawbacks occurred in the original duobinary signaling method. Main thing, we had a feedback over here which is capable of storing the previous element. Okay. The next one is if an error is being made in one starting of the segment itself, that will be propagated throughout your bit transmission. That is one important drawback in your original duobinary signaling. If error is identified in the start of the bit, that will be propagated through the entire bit stream. So how does the error occur? You can see the chart. We have done this chart previously for the diode signaling. If there is a mismatch, instead of, you can see the pink mark, instead of getting 0, we have obtained 2. With this 2 at this part is an error, but that keeps on being propagated for the next bit stream. So 3 you have it, and this 3 is making, and it provides an error. So automatically what happened is your signals are capable of introducing a error in producing the output. So a simple error in starting or the mid of the stream, when it is created, the entire bit stream is spoiled. So we need to overcome this error. This overcoming of the error is possible by using a method called as pre-coding. Practical means of avoiding the error propagation phenomena before doing the encoding technique. So a circuit is going to be introduced before the duobinary encoder circuit. How does it look into it? So this is the duobinary signaling with the precoder element. The precoder element is capable of doing a differential phenomena for a message input. Therefore, the differential output is denoted by dk is equal to bk modulo 2 adder, or we can call it as an XOR operation with dk minus 1. So k minus 1 denotes that it is from your previous bit information. Bk is the present input bit stream. So you're going to do a modulo 2 adder operation or an XOR operation for the present input bit stream with the previous output stream. And a new generated output is called as the differential output, which will be the new input bit stream to your duobinary signaling encoder circuit. So that is what has been mentioned. dk is applied to the pulse amplitude modulator, producing a short pulse either as positive or negative in a duobinary encoder. So the circuit which has been shown over here, this is going to be your precoder element. This is bk minus 1, this is bk minus 1, dk minus 1, and this is your bk. You're going to perform and you're obtaining a new information called as dk. This is the differential input, and before that we'll have a duobinary encoder, and we produce a sample sequence output. The sample sequence output says that if bk is equal to 1, if the bk is going to be 1, it is 0. If bk is 0, it is plus or minus 2 level. Therefore, you will get two outputs, plus 2 or minus 2, or the DC component 0. So how does it look into it? We can verify here. This is how we take it as a, that is encoder circuit. Now whatever it is shown over here is a decoder circuit. The input element is a encoder input, rectified output, and depending upon the decision device carrying over here, we'll get the input bit as 1 or 0. If the amplitude of your CK is less than 1, the bit is high level. If the amplitude of your CK is greater than 1, the bit is 0. Reverse position, you can find out from here. So how does this work? How does the duobinary signaling with decoder element work into it, where error can be minimized in your propagation mode? How does this occur? we know the binary. So first one is going to be your binary input scheme. BK. What is BK? BK is 00110. We are going to do a differential component. Differential component says that it is a last bit. So this one is a last bit. DK minus 1 is the previous bit information. Previous bit information. Okay, previous bit. It is a previous bit. How to obtain the previous bit? So we'll assume that the initial value, you can note down, I have taken it as an assumed value. I have assumed the value as 0. You can find out I have taken the value as 0. So last previous information, if it is assumed as 0, your bit will be 0 over here. Previous bit. You can find out I am pulling up. It is a previous bit information, 0. Now do the XOR operation. Now do the XOR operation for these two elements. What is XOR? When two different inputs are on different format, you will get the output to be 1. If there are same inputs, then you will get the output as 0. This is the XOR gate operation. We call it as a modulo 2 operator. So 0, 0, same input, so the output is 0. 0, 0, output is 0. You take it as a previous bit. Now the previous bit is taken over here. 0, 1, XOR operation will produce 1. Now this 1 is taken as the bit information. So you can see the red arrow mark which indicates that you are taking a previous information. So 1 will be the present input. 1, 1, same inputs, XOR operation, output is 0. 0, 0, you will get output as 0. So this particular thing forms the input to your encoder circuit. So what is an encoder circuit according to it? If it is bit 1, you are going to mention it as negative voltage. If it is, If it is bit 0, we'll mention it as negative voltage. If it is bit 1, we'll mention it as positive voltage. That's why you have come here. AK is equal to 0, 0, 0. Therefore, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. 1 plus 1. 0, 0, minus 1, minus 1. Now, according to the duo-binary signaling, you are going to introduce a delay. So, delay, again, push it 1 bit delay. Therefore, minus 1, minus 1, minus plus 1, minus 1. Now, output of your encoder. This is the output of your encoder. CK is equal to original decoder output plus the 1 bit delay signal. Both the things you are adding upon. So it is an ordinary binary adder. Minus 1, minus 1, minus 2. Minus 1, minus 1, minus 2. Plus 1, minus 1, 0. Minus 1, plus 1, 0. Minus 1, minus 1, minus 2. So this is the information from the encoder circuit. You are passing through a filter. You will take a magnitude element. So 22002. I told you already. 2. How do you define? If the voltage is greater than 1, you can see here decision device. If the amplitude of your CK is greater than 1, what does it denote? It denotes it is bit 0, 0, 0. If the value is less than 1, it denotes it is bit 1, 0. So this is your transmitter segment, and this is your receiver. This is transmitter. Whatever input bit you have applied, you obtained at the receiver segment. That's how a duo-binary decoder circuit performs. Okay. Next, we move on to the second part. I told you it's a modified duo-binary signal. Therefore, definitely a duo-binary signaling precoder and an encoder circuit will have a drawback. What is the drawback? The drawback of the component says that it produces certain DC component at the output. When it moves from one bit to the another bit, there are some DC component to be present. We call it as non-zero origin. This has to be eliminated. This can be done by using the circuit called as modified DO binary signaling circuit. The very minute changes we are going to make it in the encoder side. In your DO binary encoder, we'll introduce only 1 bit delay. Now in your modified DO binary signaling, we are going to introduce 2-bit delay. That's why I mentioned that you are going to space the signal by 2 times of your bit time period. So the pre-coder circuit will be there, which eliminates your error propagation. This is your pre-coder circuit. So first you will have original bit information. You perform a modulo adder action with your previous bit. Pre-coded input without any error is allowed to pass into an encoder segment. Instead of having 1 bit delay time period, we are going to introduce 2-bit delay time period. That's why the circuit is called as modified DO binary signaling, and we get an encoded output. So here the variation is only dk minus 2. The only thing is, everywhere wherever we get it, it will be now in terms of TB is now converted in terms of 2 times of TB. How does this circuit work? And this is your receiver segment. Output information from your encoder input. This is your receiver. This is your receiver. Now you can find out this is the output of your decision device. When the value is less than 1, it is bit 1. When the value is greater than 1, it is bit 0. So how does this work into it? We'll assume the same bit 0, 0, 1, 1, 0. This is your input bit stream. This is your input bit stream. Okay. 0, 0, 1, 1, 0. Okay. First, we need to do the pre-coding operation. Pre-coding operation, it is a modified DO binary signaling. So you're going to have 2 elements. Previously, we had only 1 element. Now we are going to have 2 elements as the previously assumed values. The assumed value, I have taken it as 0. So now we'll have 2 zeros. This 2 zeros will have 2 shifted positions. So you shift the positions 0. Okay, 0, 0, you perform an XOR operation. When you perform 0, 0 XOR, you'll get 0. Again, it is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1. 0, 1, 0, 1. 1 is coming over here from previous bit. 0, 1 is 1. This is the information presently given to your encoder circuit. It's a differential output from the original message. Okay. Now you're going to convert this in terms of a PAM output. Already we know that. I'll erase this. Now already we know that AK is going to represent if there is bit 0 in your differential input. If differential input is having bit zeros, it is all marked as negative voltage. If there is bit 1, you mark it as positive voltage. Okay, so first 3, 4 is 0 bit. Therefore, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. Next 3 is bit 1. Therefore, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. How many bits you are going to delay? 2 bits. That's why you get it as AK minus 2. You are pushing for 2 elements bit. See here, you are pushing 2 bits delay. 2 bits delay. Every segment of your input bit will have 2-bit delay. 2 into TB. Now you are going to do the adding operation. Minus 1 is going to be minus 2. Minus 1 minus 2. Plus 1 minus 1 0. Plus 1 minus 1 0. 1 1 plus 2. This is the output of your encoder circuit. Now this will form as an input to your receiver segment. We are going to have a threshold device as a decision device in your receiver. Take all this in terms of a magnitude. Therefore, plus 2, 0, 0, plus 2. What is your decision device saying? What is the decision device saying? If the value of the amplitude is less than 1, mark it as bit 1. If the value of your magnitude Ck is greater than 1, you mark it the bit as 0. So it is greater than 1, therefore you mark it as 0, 0. It is less than 1, you mark it as bit 1. Again greater, mark it as bit 0. Now you compare this is your original bit. You're doing all your intersimple interference, eliminating your intersimple interference because of correlation. Pakka, you are transmitting your information with a protectiveness. But we are able to get back the same information after doing the modified duobinary signaling. The only difference here is we'll never expect a DC component to be produced in our magnitude of phase response of the circuit. Okay. So this is what we study under the topic called as correlative coding, which has an effect of reflecting on the intersimple interference nature in a channel medium. Thank you.